did a bit of reconnaissance today for our Square and Stars four-wheel drive club. The trip started on the old original Route 66 through Kingman, Arizona. There's an alternative Route 66 that goes past the Kingman jail, but it is absolutely positively not the old original Route 66. This is the old original Route 66. Just in case you want some historic background on this road. It's a narrow road, and I can imagine the old jalopies from the Okies going towards California down this road. It gets a whole lot windier and a whole lot narrower on its way through Oatman, Arizona, but we'll save that for another day. Our reconnaissance mission today takes us to Slaughterhouse Canyon. And as soon as we turn off to the dirt road, I will tell you about Slaughterhouse Canyon. As we turn off Route 66, the area this is called the Black Bridge area. And as we go through here, you might notice to the right or to the left, it's areas where people do shooting. They're not supposed to. It's too close to town, but people do. There's also an awful lot of graffiti, and some of it's very artistic. The city comes in and cleans it out every once in a while and paints over it, and then the kids come down and paint new. As we follow this white Jeep, he got in front of us, and I don't exactly know what he was doing. We thought that he was going to the same place we were. Apparently he was not. And one thing that we discovered is in this area, cell phone coverage is a little bit spotty. So while we were trying to use MapQuest on my telephone, it sometimes stopped working. So here you'll see that we actually pulled over. The fellow pulled over and we pulled up next to him, and we did the thing that men don't really ever do, and we stopped and asked directions. The gentleman was very nice about it. He even complimented my friend's Jeep. So, as we enjoy the beautiful scenery, let me give you a little bit of history about Slaughterhouse Canyon, or as it is sometimes known as Luanna's Canyon. Let me make sure I'm saying this name correctly. Yes. So, this particular area was settled by a guy who was a miner, and he had a family, a wife, children. The wife's name was Luanna, and so one day he packed up his mule and his mining tools and stuff that he needed to go mining, and apparently he stayed away quite a number of days, and he never returned. So Luanna, with her children there, and as their meager supplies began to run out, and the children cried and cried, and they were crying, and apparently when their supplies completely ran out, they began to starve, and Luanna went a little crazy, and so she unalived her children. She dismembered them, and she placed the body parts in a bag, and she took them down to the river and threw the bodies and to the river. And in her madness, she stayed by the river and she cried and cried and cried, and you could hear her wailing. And so she stayed, and between her broken heart and her starving, she died on the banks of the river. And so that is the sad story of Slaughterhouse Canyon. But they say at nighttime, when the wind is blowing just right, you can hear the voices of the children crying and moaning because of their hunger. fireplace now, but it was probably somebody's house at one time.
Could be. I think they've been doing some drinking out here.
Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that right there on the ground. Dismembered body parts. Oh, in this day and age, dismembered body parts. Can you believe it? Hold on, when we get back in the Jeep, I'll read you the description, but it's supposed to be something about, a murder-suicide thing went on down here.
Yeah, but I mean, the buildings are thing.
My understanding from what I saw on the internet is that it was just a person's homestead.
Huh.
We thought this was the ruins of the haunted house, but it's not. It's just some telephone poles. Well, if anybody can recognize what type of car this is, leave it in the comments. I thought it was about a 65 Chevelle, but I'm not sure. Not too many bullet holes in it.